Hello, Rob Brown here, and welcome to Tech Talks with Jeremy Hyman, who provides strategic, technologically based and digitally based insights for accounting firms. Jeremy, welcome. And I'm intrigued about automation, Jeremy, in these challenging times. What does it mean for accounting firms?
I think automation is a really sometimes quite misused term because it can mean everything to everyone.
But what does it mean in your dictionary of life and business?
Well, what it means for me is the old advert for the Fiat factory where there was a robot building a car. That to me was like proper automation.
Yeah.
I accept that it's not going to be quite as exciting as that. And most of the people listening to this or watching this won't be old enough to remember the advert, which is even worse. Yeah, automation to me actually means taking the drudgery out of people's days. So if you look at what people do, and I mean here accountants or any professionals really, a percentage of their day is spent doing things that they really ought not to be doing because there is a more automated way of doing it.
What has COVID meant for automation? Has it made it better, easier, quicker, cheaper, or has it confused things?
It has focused firms on.
That's a very good word.
Yeah, I think that's what I would say. So automation has been there. Like everything else through COVID, there's been accelerated development, and automation has become commoditized in a way that it wasn't previously. So it's now in reach of firms that previously couldn't have adopted automation as a strategy. But now they can and they should.
What does it mean for headcount in accounting firms?
That is a subtle and difficult question. It
Well,
ought to mean...
answer those difficult questions.
yeah, that's true. The answer is it ought not to mean too much for headcount, as in it shouldn't mean headcount reduction, provided the time that automation frees up is gainfully redeployed. So, your accountant really ought to be spending the valuable time that you're paying him or her to spend on you, giving you advice, giving you insight, giving you, measured opinions on where your business or your individual position is up to. So if we take away the drudgery and we take away the mundane work, that frees up time for that advice.
Yeah.
Now, if everyone in the firm can deliver it, headcount will stay the same. If people struggle with that and we can't help them, then those people will find it harder to continue in their jobs.
Yeah. And finally, when accounting firms want to ask you about strategically automating their firm and making these tough decisions, how do you advise them generally? What do they need to do?
We have a great approach, which I think is unusual. You won't be surprised to hear that, Rob. So usually when I see firms looking at automation, they start with a product. They say, oh, we should use Power Automate, or we should use any one of a number of technologies, and we don't start there at all. We start with the people, and we survey everyone across the firm, and we say, what do you do all day? What do you hate that you do? What do you do that you think is not worthy of your time, that you find monotonous? And that gives us a list of 30, 40, 50 items from the users that they don't think they should be doing. And that's our attack list. That's where we say, right, this is where we need automation. And then we say, what product can deliver that?
Yeah, that's very good. And I guess ultimately that's why they bring you in, because knowing what 40, 50 questions to ask and different ways to look at it, they're too close to what they do to see it for themselves, aren't they?
They are. There's another big plus as well, though, which is that it generates stakeholder engagement on the automation project from day one. Because the people across the firm are the very people we're talking to and saying, what would you rather not do? And then we're saying, here you go, you don't have to do it anymore. We've got that stakeholder engagement from day one. And that's good because automation can be a tricky topic. If people just think that they're going to suddenly lose their jobs, which they're not.
Yeah.
This is a great way to get around that particular challenge.
That should make them a little more comfortable. Jeremy Hyman, thanks for your thoughts on Tech Talk today.